Well, Neoma, I'm going to quickly come to you because we were just hearing Arvind Kejriwal, and he says that if all of this is all right, the free electricity, the buses, the stops that have been put out by the Aam Aadmi Party, why bring in the Bharatiya Janata Party? Before the BJP's manifesto release, he said this is going to be a copy of our schemes, and after the manifesto release, he said the same thing as well. How do you respond to these allegations by Arvind Kejriwal that this is nothing but a copy of what the Aam Aadmi Party has been already doing?
Good evening. Thank you yet again for having me. See, from the very first part of our manifesto, because today just one part is released, it is clear that BJP is going to be the party of the choice for Delhi voters this time, because this manifesto has been made after listening to thousands of suggestions, complaints against the AAP, and feedback from our ground level workers, and we have today only released part one. So, just to tell you, the manifesto reflects our vision of governance of Delhi, and promises being made will be kept. Nothing that cannot be delivered is not going to be promised. And as you mentioned, that we have, they are sort of alleging that we have copied the Aam Aadmi Party scheme, but they fail to understand the fundamental difference between the way BJP operates, and the way they operate. Have you ever seen BJP fight an election so desperately only on freebies like the way you are fighting this election? We give welfare schemes but also focus on development, cautious of basic things like revenue deficit and financial situations that can get out of hands if it's mismanaged. Just look at the Delhi finances today. There is a huge difference between bravery and Sashakti. See, bravery is when you make a promise after after the other for a desperate bid to win the election. And Sashakti is when you work to empower citizens using multiple avenues of growth, such as infrastructure, financial aid, and overall development of the local as well as the national framework. It's not a secret that it's actually not a secret to see the financial condition of app today. I'll just do a little bit of a just let look at Punjab. Okay, when we because we have to hold you accountable as the incumbent party in Delhi. The the only other place it's in power is Punjab. You promised 1,000 rupees a month to women, not done. You said that you'll regularize over 35,000 contractual employees, not done. And this was recently, it came up in a newspaper also. You said you will give incentive of 1,500 rupees per acre for farmers for adopting direct seeding of rice. Not. You said you will introduce an old pension scheme. Not done. This is what I'm just telling you. In the other state, they are in power. In Delhi, they have promised 2,100 if they come into power. They come at the nth minute, announce schemes which are a little diversive because they're promising it to one sector of society which was completely ignored in the past. For example, in Pujaris, they were not kept into the realm for the past 10 years. They were planning to give it to the imams who themselves were protesting that they have not received benefits of the scheme. So while you are here being in power for the past 10 years and only promising schemes and failing miserably in the terms of governance, look at the condition of Yamuna, roads, look at the levels of pollution. Nothing has been done. So don't come and tell us that we are replicating up because there's no comparison whatsoever.
All right, all right. Let's bring in Siddharth Sharma here on this. Of course, you are going to respond to what Neoma just said, Mr. Sharma, but at the same time, help us understand the burden on the state exchequer. Of course, the Punjab example being cited by the BJP spokesperson here. But now that the Delhi Metro and its fare rates might be cut, let's assume that they're slashed by 50%. What happens to the financial health of the Delhi Metro? I mean, we've seen it time and again. You have to balance it out on the Libra scales. The burden on the exchequer and, of course, the welfare and the reveries, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to need Mr. Prasad's help to understand where do you draw that line. But Mr. Sharma, over to you next.
So is News9 saying that when Modi government, which is a deficit-run government, is giving 80 lakh free rations to people of India, it is fiscal imprudence? Or is News9 saying that BJP government in Maharashtra, which is under a 7 lakh crore debt, announcing Ladki Behna scheme is wrong? I don't think News9 is saying that. So
no,
let
sir,
us not
absolutely
get into
not.
those.
Thank you for prefixing
Exactly.
that, because News9 is not saying any of those things.
Exactly. So BJP doesn't have that. So basically what's happened is that there has been an astounding silence on part of BJP on two things in today's their Sankalp Patra. One is that in the Pujari Granthi scheme, I had hoped that the BJP, which is a party on which banks on Hindutva and gives Hindutva slogans, it should have come forward and said that if Aam Aadmi Party, such a small party, is giving a dakshina of 18,000 to the pujaris and granthis. BJP, which has been in power for 10 years in India, it will go ahead and announce a auspicious figure of 21,000 to all the pujaris across India and all the granthis. That would have been a good proof of the pudding for BJP to say that yes, it walks the talk as far as Hindutva is concerned. The second is that BJP's Sankalp Patra is totally silent on the Delhi crime rate being 3 times higher than the India crime rate. Gujarat gangsters sitting in Gujarat jail taking responsibilities for gang wars happening in Delhi, and the BJP Sankalp Patra is silent on that. That's also surprising. So every person in India knows today that BJP Sankalp Patra is equal to it's nothing but a Mithya Patra, a blatant lie. In Delhi, they are saying whatever Kejriwal is giving, we too will give. Now, earlier, Modi ji on umpteenth occasions has said Kejriwal's remedy is bad. Today, Nadda ji is saying that Kejriwal's remedy is good. Now, this is a clear sign that Modi ji does not endorse BJP's Sankalp Patra of Delhi today. Now, if he does, on the contrary, if Modi ji does endorse it, then why doesn't, I think Modi ji should come forward and say, Kejriwal who is giving free remedies, Kejriwal who is giving free electricity, Kejriwal who is giving free education, Kejriwal who is giving free healthcare, Kejriwal who is giving free transport to women, Kejriwal who is giving free Tirth Yatra to senior citizens, Kejriwal who is giving free Granthi and Pujari Dakshina. All these things are Bhagwan ka prasad and not remedies, and BJP will also give it across India from tomorrow. Only then somebody will believe it. If not, who will believe Mr. Nadda ji's empty rhetoric when Kejriwal is already delivering on these things for the last 10 years? So because BJP says that it is not a manifesto, it is a Sankalp Patra. Basically, it's a Hindi word. So भाजपा के संकल्प पत्र में जो होता है, बेसिकली वो उसका उल्टा करती है, राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा का दम्भ भरती है, दिल्ली में गुजरात के गैंगस्टर आके वार करवा लेते हैं और इनके संकल्प पत्र में उसके चर्चा नहीं होती है। डॉलर इन्होंने कहा 40 का होगा, आज 80 का हो गया, 15 लाख हर खाते में आएंगे कहा, बच्चों के पॉपकॉर्न पे टैक्स लगा दिया, जिस झुग्गी में गए शकूर बस्ती की उसी झुग्गी को तोड़ने का कानून पास कर दिया, 40 लाख पूर्वांचलियों को मकान देने की बात, रजिस्ट्री की बात की, आज तक रोहिंग्या उनको कह के उनका चुनाव का वोट कटवा रहे हैं, बोला संस्कृति बचाएंगे, टीवी पर शहजादों से ब्राह्मणों को गाली दिलवा देते हैं, बेटी बचाओ बोलते हैं, ब्रिजभूषण शरण सिंह से महिला पहलवानों पर अत्याचार करवा देते हैं, दिल्ली को पूर्ण राज्य का दर्जा। The former Deputy Prime Minister of India, Mr. L.K. Advani, presented a resolution in the Lok Sabha to make Delhi a full state, and today the same government उसी संसद में
all right, Mr. Sharma,
के लोगों का वोट कम कर रही है।